Your chip shots probably suck because of these two main reasons. We're going to cover them with 3 excellent drills which improves your strike and your release, that makes chipping feel ridiculously easy. So let's get straight into it. So if we think of what most golfers struggle with, generally speaking, it's weight distribution and release. So generally speaking, golfers will have too much weight on the back foot, too much sway, or a release that doesn't match a chip shot. So the club head passes the hands, gets scoopy, gets flicky, finishes like this, as opposed to finishing like the pros, as you can see here. So as just a really quick start point, just make sure your setup is pretty good. It doesn't need to be perfect, but roughly speaking, we want the width of stance to be 2 club heads wide. We do want the weight forward. We want the shoulders to be as level as they can be. Drill 2 really helps us with this. And for chipping, standing close enough and tall enough, not too far away. Those would be the common mistakes. If you do that, then do the drills, you won't get the success that you should. So just make sure you check those things out first. Once you've done that, however, move on to drill number 1. So one of the best things for round the green, after giving thousands of lessons, is the right heel, right foot off the ground drill is so good. Really good. If you don't have enough weight forward at setup, that starts to move it there. If you start with enough weight forward, perhaps you sway in the backswing, this foot would go back down. It helps you with that. So if you do sway in the backswing, keeping this heel off the ground avoids any sway. And then you do get some golfers actually that do set up well, they do backswing well, but then as they come into impact, they start to move back the way, they get fats or thins, their foot goes back down on the ground. And again, the weight distribution is good throughout the swing, but just before impact, it moves on to that back foot. So any of these, if that sounds like problems that you might have, or if you're just not entirely sure, but you still hit fats and thins, this is a fantastic start point. It will feel different for the majority of golfers. That's a good thing. That means you're doing something different, and you're doing something different that's the right thing for chipping. So we set ourselves up. We've got the narrow stance, as we said, fairly neutral ball position. We're going in the middle, and then we lift that right foot off the ground. We stick the toe in the ground. We have the outside of the foot off the ground, and we just hit chip shots. We just make sure that that foot doesn't change position. It's not going to move. So there, big toe in the ground, foot's off the ground, outside of the foot. And just start to get used to that sensation and get used to the ball first strike. It really helps strike. Becomes much more consistent. You'll get a lot more spin, you'll get a lot more control, and you're going to hit a lot more good shots just from doing drill number 1. Before we move on to drill 2, a couple of freebies to help you with your golf. Check out the description link below. You can get a free online lesson with me on the Skillest app. Check out improve.golf for hundreds of videos that's going to help all parts of your game, and there's even a free 60-minute practice guide in that description. So go and check that out. Enjoy drill 2. So let's move on to drill number 2, which is the Matt Fitzpatrick drill. And actually, if we look at Matt Fitzpatrick, his short game has been completely transformed with this drill, which has now become his actual technique. It's that good. And even Pete Cowan, world famous coach, coaching lots and lots of major champions, says that most amateurs should learn to chip like this because there's so many good things that come from left hand low. So all the benefits that come from left hand low, chipping, generally speaking, we want a nice T shape. So a spine that doesn't tilt away from the target. That would move the low point back and chunk and thin, and shoulders that are fairly level. The right one's always going to be slightly lower. Right hand's low for normal. The right hand's lower, so naturally the right shoulder's going to sit a little bit lower. But a lot of golfers who struggle with chipping get excess tilts. They do this, they tilt away, their shoulder's low, their spine tilts away from the target. This gets you away from that. So big benefit in setup, and then a really big benefit in release. So again, back to, if we talk about amateurs and why they might struggle, chipping, we want a release where the club head finishes low. The club head doesn't fly past the handle. We don't want that to happen. That's going to move the leading edge away from the ground. You're going to get a lot more thins when you do that. You're also going to struggle with the loft on the club. The loft is changing all the time. So you could put the same effort in, hit 5 chip shots, and they all go different distances. So the release that we get from left hand low is the correct release for chipping. You can see down the left arm, down the shaft, one straight line, the club head's below the hands, and we get that sensation of how we should release the club when we chip. You're going to get a bit more chest turn. You'll find you get a lot more spin. And it's just a fantastic drill that you can do. And the best thing to do, you might end up doing this permanently, but the best thing to do is hit 5 normal, get that same sensation of release and finish, and that should really improve the strike. We don't want that crazy release, scoopy, flippy, leads to thinning across the green, and we see that a lot. So that's where this left hand low helps you get that release to dramatically improve the strike. So a fantastic drill, left hand low, keeps that release in a really good place. We want to finish with the club head low and the chest towards the target. So a really fantastic drill you can do. Again, highly recommend that for everyone. Some might stick with that, some might want to change that, but a fantastic drill that you can do to improve your chipping release. And the final one, this looks a bit crazy. It's a bit of a viral tip, but it does actually work. So again, back to number 1, the main reason why people struggle with strike is having sway, the weight distribution goes all over the place, and you can get drill 1 wrong. So this one's more difficult, similar thing, but it keeps your lower body so still. And essentially what you're going to do, you set yourself up, you lift your right foot, you put it outside your left, you're going to lose your balance. But from there, the lower body does nothing. With preset weight forward, we keep those legs so quiet. So if you're someone who dips down, that will cause chunks, that will cause yips, that will cause fats. This can be a really good drill, and this actually particularly helps those people who chunk it, shank it, anyone that has the yips. This is a really good one to do. It looks ridiculous, but it's really, really helpful. So that's one that you can do, is get that sensation and just get used to the upper body doing the job rather than the lower body. And then again, hit some shots, then hit some normal shots, same sensation. You might start with your feet together, again, to keep those legs and hips really, really quiet. And then you might go back to a conventional stance, and that becomes easier to keep the lower body quiet. So another fantastic drill, chunks, shanks, yips, that is a drill to do. So give those drills a try. Absolutely fantastic for any level of golfer. Really low handicap, pro, beginner golfer, everything in between. Such a fantastic drill. These are brilliant drills to improve those chip shots inside 30 yards. Give those things a try. If you found this video useful, smash that like button. Click subscribe so you're first to know about the videos that come out every single week. And if you do want any more help with chipping and short game, check out this video right here.